I must shoot out.
That's hard for this work there.
That's cool.
At 5 o'clock, we've got a tour in progress, and usually what we do is we loop around and cover the system
Yeah.
And so much for family.
And then I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have about earlier parts or anything. That's one of the original safes and the original vault for the Wells Fargo.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then the thing on top there, that's a strong box that they would use to transport goods on the stagecoach. And in fact, something I didn't point out to you folks, but just outside we have the original stagecoach steps.
Oh, wow.
So those stones that look kind of like a bench out there, that's what that is. So they'd open up that door right there, they'd unload the stagecoach at the steps, and they just bring it on through. It's a straight shot to the safe.
What's the rock these?
Oh, those are Moki marbles.
What? I'm dying to know what these things are. We were collecting them last night in Snow Canyon.
Yeah, they're all over the place out here. So how this happens is actually by sand and iron. I'll put this on that one. So sand and iron get tumbled together in running water. And so they form these nice, round, really hard balls here. And so they actually, here, they got trapped in some of the softer rocks as those were forming around it. And now a lot of those softer rocks have eroded away, and these drop out.
They're amazing.
So sometimes you see them, some of them do. They come in all different shapes. Some of them are completely round. You can actually use them as marbles.
Like marbles. I know. We were.
Now the cool thing about these is when they sent the Mars rover up, they actually found Moki marbles on Mars. So they think that it's proof that there was running water at some point on Mars. Which, after the Civil War, a lot of the soldiers and people who had been sort of caught up in the war decide afterwards to go west and try to make their fortune. And so because of this, the market is getting flooded. Now on top of that, you've also got a lot of governments switching to the gold standard. So there's a much lower demand for silver, there's a much higher supply, and the price drops as a result. Now the first thing they do in order to try to fix this is they try to lower the wages of the miners. And you can imagine that didn't work too terribly well. They end up going on strike. From getting into here. They were there before, but it's for security. Not those exact bars, but there were bars there. And then the front and back doors, there's double doors there. That's in part for security, but it's largely just to keep the fires from getting in. Fire was a big problem here. You can actually see some of the remains of various fires in the history of the town. But if you have metal doors on the outside of a stone building, it's about as fireproof as you can get in the 19th century. A whole lot better than it burning through the wooden doors and getting inside to the wooden floors and everything else. So it served two functions. All right, does anyone have any other questions? Yeah, they're really neat. I love them.
This is a
tarantula. Yes. It's not alive anymore, but we have tarantulas as pets, and that's the first one they ever had before I was here. Yeah, our most recent one was Tiny Tim, but he unfortunately passed away of old age. So they're actually local here. They get into the building. Pieces of wood here, and they would feed it so that as long as you have one employee pretty consistently, that wood would swell up And so the metal would keep it from swelling too much, and it would create a pretty much blockage field. So when you guys really make progress, you have to look at the called solar, and that was, it was like foam. And you could shake it, and then once it was created, you could raise it across, and still, you can get it all the way. It's not always that heavy. I think that's just really cool. All right, well, let me know if you guys have any questions about anything at all. I'll be more than happy.
What's that?
Thank you very much.
Sandstone carving. Oh, wow.
Oh, not a problem.
You made it. That's pretty neat. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, good.
Yep.
The pony that we kept pawning off to people. We could look outside.
Murphy told him it was one of the richest ore samples he'd ever assayed, and the silver was of the highest grade. Well, the miners knew he was a fake for sure, so they ran him out of town. However, some of the smarter men decided to have the sandstone wheel tested again by another assayer, and when it proved to be high-grade silver, they couldn't wait to find where it had come from. When they learned it was from Silver Reef, Utah, they all started packing up to get there first. This started the stampede of miners from Pioche, Nevada to Silver Reef, Utah, and the town came into being. The lifespan of the town was only 15 years. From its peak, between 1878 to 1882, the population was between 1,500 to 2,000 people. Everything from Catholics to Protestants, no Mormons, however, lived right there in Silver Reef. Chinese, Negroes, Irishmen, Italians, and even Indians lived there.
Thanks.
There were 33 mines, 5 mills, 5 restaurants, 6 saloons, 2 dance halls, a billiard hall, 9 grocery stores, a bakery, 8 dry goods stores, 2 drug stores, 1 Chinese, 2 meat markets.
So the Silver Reef is the only place in the United States that silver was discovered in sandstone. Wow. This is a rice bank. There's a restaurant. This is number 6. This is the Elkhorn Saloon. Whoa. Is George Miller the 300-pound German owner?
Is it a real restaurant or is it,
No, God, here. That's not where to go. I just told my father about it. It got, no, Mrs. Crumbs left. It got demolished. So they rebuilt it. It's right here, number 2, if you want to read about it, Mommy. We'll go find my father. That's the Harrison house, or that was the Harrison house. Yeah. This hotel was the River Reefs Waldorf Astoria, a large 2-story structure, provided a 5-star restaurant in the basement, furniture and general merchandise store on the main floor, and guest rooms on the upper floor. Total of 45 rooms. After being destroyed by a fire in 1879, it was completely rebuilt and refurbished. So there we have, folks. Now this, it was the Main Street business right here. Silver Reef's Long Mile Main Street was lined with various shops, saloons, office, and other places of business. The tall wall in front of you once had an elegant arched doorway. On the end, formed buildings housed the P. Clacy Market, Schwartz and Goldberg store, and a Chinese drugstore. The Chinese-owned drugstore was not unique, as Silver Reef had numerous businesses operated by Chinese immigrants, so enough to form a Chinatown in the area of the south of the Rice Bank.
Alright, where's your mother?
Taking pictures. Ooh, she was like that.
Ooh, wow.
This is where they mined for the silver.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's a schoolhouse somewhere.
Oh.
Then Daddy said there's a cemetery down there.
Yeah, agreed. What's that? Oh, Siri, where's my dog? Wow.
This is where they mined for the silver.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's a schoolhouse somewhere.
Oh.
Then Daddy said there's a cemetery down there.
Yeah, agreed. What's that? Oh, Siri, where's my dog?